Hi there and welcome. I'm Kathleen. Thanks so much for joining me in this quick demo on how to create and manage client case files. So let's dive in. So we're going to start by adding a new client. So we'll start from the right side of the screen. We're going to click Add and then Add Active Case. So here I can enter the client's basic information such as their first name, last name, date of birth, and contact details. I can also add a photo of the client if that's helpful. The entire system is highly configurable, allowing you to capture the exact information that you need for your organization. So for example, here within the template, we can create a drop-down menu of different options based on the services you provide. So let's say we're going to go with family services. There's different programs attached to that. So we would want to make sure that we're leaving selected any of the particular programs we want to enroll this client in. I can assign caseworkers to work directly with this client. I can add and remove people very easily. I can assign a case lead to make sure that everything is running smoothly. We can create any other fields that you need. So just as a sample of some of the information we can capture, we can have additional drop down. So if there's specific information that you need to have housed within that case file, so whether it's information pertaining to their living situation, their finances, maybe we want to capture their highest level of education, any training, certification, job interest, bed tracking if we're working with homelessness support. Anything we need to capture, we can have right here. Then when we're done, we're going to hit save. So just to give you a better idea of how everything would work within the system, I'm going to move over into an active case. So this is someone who's already enrolled. If I need to make modifications, I would just come over here to edit. And we can see within the case management details, I have her enrolled in a homelessness prevention template. So then here I have the different programs that are attached. So I'm going to be enrolling her in housing support, employment, basic needs, and outreach. So then over here into the programs tab, this is where I'm going to see those programs that I have selected. At the top of each column, I have a plus sign. So this is a drop-down option of the different activities that your organization would have. For example, when we're working in housing support, what are the activities connected to this particular program? So if I need to schedule an appointment regarding career counseling and goal setting, for example, I would come here to the calendar, I would set up this appointment. The client's automatically an attendee, but maybe I want to be there as well. We can set this up to whether this is a one-time meeting or we want to do a daily check-in. It's a weekly meeting. Maybe it's monthly. Maybe we're checking in once a year to make sure that they're still eligible or just to see how much progress we've made over the course of the past year. We can set the parameters for when we're going to connect again, and then I'll just hit save. Any schedules that we save is going to go right here under the scheduler tab. So this is where I'm going to be able to see any meetings, including recurring meetings. I can look at this for the day, the week, the month, the year, and so forth. So if I go back into the programs tab and I can select a particular activity, this is where we're going to be able to really connect her with the different supports that she needs. So we'll just stay with the career counseling and goal setting activity. So I'll go ahead and click there. I can hit the pencil icon up here to edit. And you see that we can adjust the priorities. We can indicate whether there's a delay. If we want to change the status, we can add a date range. I could select grant funds. So if I'm going to use a particular funding type to pay for this career counseling, maybe I'm going to use the community action grant, for example. And I would replace the total amount available to me with the amount that I'm actually going to spend supporting her in this activity. When I save this, all of that information gets logged. So later on, and this will be in a future demo, all of this information is going to be saved within the grant tracking report. So we can see who made the disbursement, how much, on what day, and for what purpose. So I can also come up here at the top and I can make referrals. So maybe with respect to career counseling, we want to make a referral for education. You would let us know who the providers are in your area that you work with. We would select the individual provider we want to work with. And then when we hit save, the information we've chosen to share is going to automatically be sent to the designated point of contact within that organization. If we need to disperse inventory items, maybe we are distributing Narcan, or we have hygiene kits, or we're doing tab vouchers, you would let us know what kind of inventory items you have on hand. We would create a drop-down menu for you, and then we would indicate what we're working with, and maybe we're going to disperse 3. So it shows us the total we have available. We're going to save, and then it's going to automatically deduct that amount, and that gets logged within the inventory report. Down here is where I can add my case notes. Everything gets logged and timestamped directly in the case file. Down here under comments is where I can actually send messages to members of my team, so we can all make sure we're on the same track and supporting this client. That all gets logged and timestamped within the system as well. I can assign or remove caseworkers right here. I can link this particular activity to another activity if that's something that I want to do. I can look at my checklist. I can add new checklists. I can cross things off as I complete them to make sure I'm staying on target. And then if I no longer need it, I can simply have that removed. I can attach forms from a drop-down menu. I can even email or text these forms to the clients that they can fill out. They can even sign for it electronically, and then it comes back into the system. I can upload attachments if I have documents that I need connected to this activity. And then when I'm all finished, I would just come and I would hit save. So within the screen, we can change the status. We can disperse grants. We can disperse inventory items. We can leave case notes. I can talk to members of my team. I can schedule appointments. I can even track provider time here if that's something that we need to do for billing purposes, or just to make sure, kind of keep track of how our team members are spending their days. So once I've done that, I can go into the client notes section, and then this is going to show that running log of all of those case notes that we've logged earlier. So everything is timestamped. The top section are the case notes. At the bottom, that is going to be my inter-office communication with my team members. I can even tag them. Everybody's going to get a notification, so we're all on the same page. We know when an update has been made, so we can just continue to collaborate and support this person as best we can. When we're sorting for the client notes, I can do that within a specific date range. I can also come over here and look for notes that are specifically connected to a program, or that are connected to an individual activity. So it makes it a lot easier for me to find exactly what I need. I can come over here to the Forms tab. This will show what forms are already attached. I can add more from the drop-down list if I need to. I can move this into the dashboard view. Those that are blue are those forms that are saved. So these are ones that we can still add information to. We're missing a signature, something along those lines. If it's green, that means it has been saved and submitted. I can do the same thing under the Documents tab. I can look at the documents that I already have attached for her. I can upload more documents from this page as well by going here to Add and Upload. I can change the presentation. I can come here and filter. And again, I can look for documents that are connected to a specific activity, or I can come here and search the exact document I'm looking for into the search bar. So that is just a quick look at how to create and manage an individual client case file in PlanStreet. So structure templates, detailed activity tracking, and real-time alerts. Managing client services becomes more efficient and effective. Thanks again for watching, and I hope this walkthrough was helpful. See you at the next one.